Hello guys, good morning, good day. Today we are going to replace the motherboard of PlayStation Portable 3000 model, the slim version. So basically we have a problem with the capacitor. The date and time were not matching up and the battery was not charging. So I ordered a replacement TA95 version for the PSP3000 model on the beautiful website gamerhouse.in website. You can check the website for the updated prices, and the motherboard seems to be okay. As you can see, it's pretty refurbished board and I don't see any problems with the traces on the copper, and also the heat sinks are proper, as well as chips are seems to be fine. I don't see any visible damages whatsoever on the board. So let us explore. So by the way, there are multiple boards for PSP3000. You need to validate which board you are replacing, right from TA90 to TA95 version 1, 2, 3. Most of the TA95 will work with the PlayStation 3 PSP3000 anyway, so nothing to worry. Just ensure that you need to look into the motherboard very careful. Take a photos of the motherboard once it is delivered, so that any problems you can replace it. So let us start opening up the Sony PSP3000. You need to have a Phillips screwdriver, of course, along with anti-static tweezers, which will help you to open up. There are two screws at the top, one screw in the bottom, followed by two screws in the back. And also, once you open the battery, there are two more hidden screws. You need to open them up. So let us open the battery first. Okay, so once you open the battery compartment, you will see one screw on the top, one screw in the bottom. So you need to unlock all these screws. 2 plus 2 4 plus 2 6 7 screws in total. Please make sure the orientation are appropriate. You need to put the screws in the same order. By the way, you need to have very steady hands to open this PlayStation Portable 3000 model. There are so many delicate ribbon cables and connectors. Zero insertion force connector. So you should be very careful, especially when opening up and replacing the board. You might break up some of the components while replacing. So be very careful. So let us open up the top two screws now. So let us open up and let's see. So now I'm going to open up the top two screws. Let's quickly open up. Very small screws, guys. Be very careful not to over tight and not to lose these screws. By the way, PSP3000 is almost 15-year-old console, guys. So please remember, the plastic might be brittle. Sometimes the plastic parts might break as well. So very careful. We need to open up the console. So I've opened up the top screw. Now I'm at the battery compartment, opening up the battery compartment screw. And then we will open up the PSP3000. By the way, PSP3000 is a very versatile device. It supports UMD disk as well as proprietary memory sticks. You can load the games on the proprietary memory stick as well. Overall, I really like the presentation of the PlayStation Portable 3000. But the classic model is PSP1000. That definitely we will do the unboxing very soon. The PSP1000 is the actual fat model. Very sturdy like a tank. People say it's a tank version of PlayStation Portable 3000. And you also want to visit the PlayStation Vita unboxing? Yes, you can visit the PlayStation series playlist in our channel Himalayan Chronicles. And now let us open up the remaining screws. There are two other screws opposite the battery compartment. Let us open them up. And once you open that, we can open up the faceplate, the front loading faceplate. By the way, just below the faceplate, there are a series of small buttons. These buttons might be fragile, so be very careful when opening up. I just lifted all the way up, as you can see here, revealing the screen and the other controls. The motherboard is behind the screen. Try to be careful when you are opening up the screen to avoid any fingerprint or dust or smudges. If you have smudges, you can clean up with a microfiber cloth. Let us remove the left and right top buttons. As you can see, there's a holder as well. So I'm removing the left and right top buttons, the shoulder buttons. So once you remove that, let us continue opening up part by part and also making sure the parts are well organized. Okay, so when you're fixing it again, you need to make sure you do it in reverse order. So gently lift up the screen, slowly but gently and firmly. Once you lift it, there are multiple ribbon cables below the screen. So be extra careful when you're lifting the screen too much. Okay. By the way, the screen is an interlaced display of PlayStation PSP3000 model, super bright display. I have anti-static tweezers as well, which I will be using. And down below you can see, just below the screen, there is a list of PCB board with your start button, stop button and the volume controls, along with the brightness control and the music control. These are all a series of PCB board. We should be very careful when opening up this particular screen. You end up breaking it, guys. As I told you, 15-year-old device, the plastics are all brittle, so be careful. Gently on the right side, just pull the connector so that from the left, if you pull it, it opens up, as you can see here. Slowly it opens up. Now gently pry it open. There will be multiple screws in the back. First open up the PCB board. As you can see, the below PCB board, gently flip over. There are multiple ribbon cables in the back, as you can see. So now I am going to disconnect slowly each and every ribbon cable. You can use your fingernail or tweezers to open these ribbon cable connectors. Connectors are very brittle and very delicate. If any connector is broken, then your board is going to be waste because the contact points will not work with the board. So be very careful when you're opening up the old PCB board as part of unboxing. So I'm trying to hold the screen with my steady hand and we'll try to open up slowly. So gently disconnecting the ribbon cables, we were able to lift the screen outward. Place the screen gently. Let me flip over the screen. I'll show you what are the ribbon cables associated. As you can see here, small ribbon cable, guys. And there is a backlight cable as well, very small cable. We need to be extra cautious, especially when opening it. Now let us remove the PCB board. As you can see here, the PCB board is also attached with a small connector. You can use a fingernail or a needle to actually pry it open. It's an interlocking system. Slowly you pry it open and then you will be able to remove that particular PCB board. I just removed it. We'll keep it aside. Let us continue unlocking the rest of the connectors. The next connector would be, as you see here, the connectors are very small, guys. Be very careful when you're opening up the connectors. Now let us continue with the unboxing process. There is another microphone cable and also there is a small wire pointing to the back side. Now this is a UMD device. There are two plugs which you need to pull out, both at the ends. Then you gently pull out the connector and then you need to continue with the pulling out the remaining items as well. The remaining connectors all are very fragile. Take your time, be patient, use a needle or an anti-static tweezer to open up one by one very slowly. Okay. Now let us pull the UMD cable. This cable is very delicate, guys. As you can see, all these are very 20-year-old cables, so be very careful. Once you unplug this cable, now slowly look for the remaining connectors that needs to be unplugged. There is a power socket as well, and there is one more socket which I have broken last time. Luckily I was able to use double tape to secure the ribbon cable accordingly. These are the directional buttons. So I'm removing all the double pad foam pads, adhesive foam pad, and we are removing the ribbon cable now carefully. Once you remove the ribbon cable, we will unlock the ribbon cable as well, followed by disconnecting the power cable. By the way, battery is removed already. So it's very small ribbon cables, guys. Be very careful. As you see here, very delicate, guys, literally. Now let us remove the power plug as well. Gently keep it aside. Just ensure all the ribbon cables have been disconnected before you lift up the board. There might be some other hidden ribbon cables still connected, so be very careful when you're removing the motherboard. Now the next thing is a small ribbon cable, guys. Super careful. The power connector, basically. That is the power connector switch. The module has been separated now. Similarly, let us remove the board in a short while. Now we will remove the boundary connectors. As you can see here, the silver panel connectors, gently pry it open so that the motherboard will disengage, and then you can lift the board straight away by slanting it from the USB side. Carefully see the video. carefully lifted the board finally from its housing, as you can see here. Once we have carefully lifted the board, gently pry it open. I'll show you the capacitor which was swollen. Because of that, we were having power problems on the PSP board. As you can see, this capacitor is swollen. It's called a super capacitor, which maintains your battery and also the power circuitry. Because of that, instead of soldering the power capacitor, so I thought let us replace the board. So now this is the replacement board. As you can see, the capacitor looks fine. There is no bloating of the capacitor. There is no swollen. It's fine. So let us try to do the process in the reverse mode. Gently align the motherboard to the USB side, the USB port. First, make sure all the ribbon cables are moved aside so that you can insert the board slowly. Repeat the steps in the reverse order. Okay. Then you would be able to power on if the motherboard is functioning fine. Slowly connect the rest of the ribbon cables, display port as well as the backlight port, the UMD ribbon as well as the directional button ribbons. All these need to be done. Also make sure the speaker is also installed properly. Very delicate, guys, I'm telling you. PlayStation Portable, since it's 15 years old device, the plastics are all brittle. So please be very careful, have patience, do it slowly. Even a small cable broken, your device will be non-functional forever. You might need to get the ribbon cable again to be ordered. As you can see, slowly I'm inserting one by one. It took me about 1 hour to repeat the steps in the backward process. Finally, guys, wow, a grand success. We were able to boot the device and the battery is also showing up perfectly fine. It's able to detect the battery. I hope you like this video. Keep looking for the PlayStation playlist on our channel Himalayan Chronicles. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.